India has expressed concerns over the growing influx of refugees from Myanmar into northeastern states at the United Nations on Wednesday. Well, Kshitij Tyagi, first Secretary of the Permanent Mission of India to the United Nations, stated that the increased influx of people from Myanmar into northeastern states and the challenges of transnational crimes such as drug and human trafficking continues to remain an area of grave concern for India. Tyagi added that India has been repeatedly calling for an immediate cessation of violence by all sides in Myanmar, release of political detainees, humanitarian assistance, and the resolution of the crisis through constructive dialogue. Well, the Indian diplomat was speaking at a session on the human rights situation in Myanmar on the first day of the 56th regular session of the Human Rights Council. India also mentioned that it continues to coordinate closely with ASEAN on matters related to its policy on Myanmar's transition towards inclusive democracy.
Mr. President, we take note of the High Commissioner's report on the situation of human rights in Myanmar. We remain deeply concerned over the precarious humanitarian and security situation in Myanmar. As an immediate neighbor and a friend of the people of Myanmar, India has been repeatedly calling for immediate cessation of violence by all sides, release of political detainees, humanitarian assistance, and the resolution of the crisis through constructive dialogue. We reiterate the need to arrive at peaceful solutions that are Myanmar-led and Myanmar-owned. Increased influx of people from Myanmar into our northeastern states and the challenge of transnational crimes such as drug and human trafficking continue to be areas of grave concern. We've always accorded priority to the peace, stability and development of Myanmar and have been making consistent efforts towards these objectives in the form of humanitarian assistance, people-centric projects and building capacities in democratic systems and practices, including in the areas of constitutionalism and federalism in Myanmar. India remains steadfast in its support of Myanmar's transition towards inclusive federal democracy. Mr. President, we support the ASEAN-led efforts and the ASEAN 5-point consensus and continue to closely coordinate our policy with ASEAN in this regard. We continue to support the efforts of UN Secretary General in political resolution of the current situation in Myanmar.